All aboard! The Frontale Express has left the station with their second consecutive J1 championship, leaving the rest of the teams very much lying in their wake. 4 more rounds to go though, and still with unfinished business for some. Let's get cracking on the J1 League Goal Zone. Kobe looked to consolidate their position as they played Tokushima, the Marinos at home against Tokyo, and another crucial battle for third took place between Kashima and Urawa. Newly minted league champions Kawasaki were on the road to play Sagan. 3 losses in a row meant that Shimizu had plunged closer towards relegation waters and were now under serious pressure to pick up a positive result as they hosted Consadole. The visitors were held by Shonan in their previous contest, and so having little to play for, that meant there was a window of opportunity opening up for S-Pulse. Paul Macefield has your commentary.
Nishizawa will deliver. Fires it in, it's dangerous as well. Danger not cleared. Santana stabs it home for his 12th of the season. And sometimes when you're in a battle at the bottom, you need that little bit of luck. And that is exactly what happened there. Wonderful quality delivery into the box from Nishizawa. And Sapporo don't deal with it. Komori, decent ball in. Lovely little touch. And there's the equaliser from Kaneko. We may have a review. That was very, very close. But it was a wonderfully worked goal. We'll be able to tell from here. It's clearly onside, no question about that. Poor defending from Katayama and Ibayashi, who just leave him in the hole. No one picks him up at all. It's a wonderful first touch. And it's a cool, calm finish from Arano. Drilled in, free header! And the leading goal from the man brought into the starting lineup today, Fukai. Makes absolutely no mistake. His second goal of the season. Didn't really need the power, just guided it into the far corner. It's Hara. Hara delivers. Santana couldn't get there, but the equaliser comes. It's Taki. It looked like the opportunity had gone, as everybody had made that run into the near post, except one man. Taki had the composure to put it in the back of the net. Oh, something's happened off the ball there, but play allowed to continue. What happened off the ball? Was that a swung arm from Valdo? That's the question. It is a red card. You cannot do that. You cannot swing the arm like that. That's exactly what he's done. Chanatip. Well, the referee, bang on 7 minutes, says that will do. So a little bit of history. These two sides haven't drawn in 13 years. It's only the second draw between the two sides in their history, going head-to-head. Full time here. It's Shimizu S-Pulse 2, Consadole Sapporo 2.
Vissel Kobe had made it 4 games without a loss and are very much on their way to a record club finish, in addition to securing a spot in next season's AFC Champions League. Their opponents here, Tokushima, had failed to win in their last 3 and were sitting at the opposite end of the table, meaning the hosts would be fancied to take this one. It didn't take long for Vissel to throw in their first attempt on goal, Andres Iniesta from the dead ball. Just a few minutes later, and good work from Yoshinori Muto on the right, but when he squares the ball, Yuya Osako can't quite get enough on it to put the ball over the line. Into the second half now, and from the corner, Shota Fukuoka heads onto the crossbar, and remarkably, Takeru Kishimoto can't put the rebound on target. Just 7 minutes later though, and the home team were on the attack again. Gotoko Sake's deep cross gets nodded on by Muto, and Yuya Osako stabs home at the far post. Vortis looked to redress the balance quickly. Taisei Miyashiro involved early in this move, and he unleashes the shot from the edge of the box, but not quite good enough. Vissel Kobe take this one by 1-0. A loss to Gamba over the weekend saw their hopes of the league title vanquished, and they'd be doubly disappointed, having only tasted their second defeat at home all season. Looking for a swift response then, and with a point to prove, they welcome Tokyo, a side with 1 win in their last 5. Here's Shazad.
Daisen Maeda, we know he's in hot form. Will he be unselfish and square the ball? And that's really good work from Hatano. Danger not over. Well, you can never discount this man. Daisen Maeda. He was clean through. Go Hatano thought he'd done the job, but he couldn't hold on to the ball. And Daisen Maeda pounced on that mistake. Was there a foul? There's absolutely no doubt. I'm just surprised it took that long. Nagoya has been brought down, and it is indeed a penalty. Here we go then. Marcos Jr. He has squeezed it in. Hatano guessed the right way, but it's another good penalty from Marcos Jr. Goalkeeper has fumbled that spectacularly. Go Hatano has handed an easy finish there for Ryota Koike into an empty net. What is going on here with FC Tokyo? Marinos are rampant at the moment. The ball put in by Ogihara, very, very casual by the goalkeeper. Remember, he's almost 2 meters tall. He just put one hand on it. When you're going to try and do something like that, you've got to do it with conviction and push it well out of the way. Was there a foul? Yes, there was. Thiago Martins brought down. It is going from bad to worse. It's a second yellow card for Morishige. He's obviously asked for that to be sent up. He doesn't know what to do. But Morishige, what was he thinking? Makes no mistake. They are absolutely rampant at the moment. Yokohama F. Marinos, 4-0. It's not even half-time yet. And it's yet another goal. It's the hat-trick for Daisen Maeda. It's all too easy against the 10 men of FC Tokyo. It's 5 now, right at the start of the second half. And Maeda gets his hat-trick. Here's Junamano. Look at that. Koike with his second. Fantastic work to set him up. Poor clearance. Look at the overlap there. Ciara doing well. Excellent work. You've got to give a lot of credit as well to Kota Mizunuma. Mizunuma. Is that going to be an own goal? It is! Just to compound everything else that's been going on in this club today. It is just one disaster after the other. It's a great ball in from Mizunuma. Poor from Shuto Abe. Junamano releases the ball to Ciara. Touch on to him from Kota Watanabe. Oh, Mizunuma, excuse me. Great ball in. Oh, what a strike that is! Out of nowhere. And Mizunuma, who's been brilliant since he's come on, lets fly for number 8. My word. They have been excellent, haven't they? 4 goals in either half. Well, sheer power. Even they're rushing the ball back. Kevin Muscat. The referee will call time. We have just witnessed one of the all-time great performances in the J-League. A historic win for Yokohama F. Marinos, who have recorded the joint best result ever in the history of the J-League. means at the end of all of that, in the Nissan Stadium, it ends Yokohama F Marinos 8, FC Tokyo 0.
Over in Sendai, the relegation-threatened side had found only one win in 6 and faced further woes as Nagoya came to town. The visitors, with just one loss in 11 matches, could prove to be the foil in Vegalta's plans to stay alive. And sure enough, it was Nagoya who had the better start. Yuki Soma getting to the byline and pulling it back for Naoki Maeda, whose nice little back heel finds Yoichiro Kakitani, and he slides in for the opener. But in the early minutes of the second half, Vegalta would find their way back into the contest. Some neat interchanges on the edge of the box allows Takuma Nishimura to strike home with accuracy from 25 yards out. 20 minutes later, and Nagoya looking to retake the lead. Jakub Schwerschok with an effort from outside the box, palmed away by the goalkeeper. And Jakub Slowik would solve Vegalta's problems once again 4 minutes later, this time denying Maeda. 92nd minute and one final chance for Vegalta to claim all 3 points. Naoya Fukumori gets his head to the corner, Shuhei Akasaki turns it into the net, but he was standing in an offside position when the ball was played forward. This one finishes 1-1. With 34 matches played, Kashima and Urawa came into their fixture tied on points. They were 5 points off the coveted AFC Champions League spots, and this would be a crucial contest that could eliminate one of them from the race for third. In only the first few seconds, a big chance for Kashima. Sho Madoi finds himself in plenty of space on the edge of the box. He takes his time, picks his spot, but the goalkeeper gets a hand to it. Here they are again in the 16th minute, attacking at pace. Koki Anzai scuffs his shot to the left. It was all Kashima in the early going. This time Anzai breaks down the left. His cross finds Juan Alano, who can't quite keep his header down. But the goal they deserved came in the 36th minute. Not the tidiest of openers, that's for sure. Sho Madoi the man to firmly put his foot on the ball at the far post, and that's 1-0 going into the halftime break. Looking to pick up where they left off just 2 minutes into the second half, Juan Alano with a shot, saved by Shusaku Nishikawa. It was certainly all Kashima, and after Etaru Isaka found Ayase Ueda, his shot took a deflection, making it all the more difficult for Nishikawa to keep that one out. Urawa's first chance of note came as late as the 95th minute. Ryosuke Yamanaka's cross, Shinzo Kuroki gets it on target, but the goalkeeper in the right place at the right time. This one finishes 1-0. An entertaining affair in Kashima as the Antlers keep up their chase for third. Stay with us here on the J1 League Goal Zone as we'll check in on the newly crowned champions when we return. Welcome back to the J1 League Goal Zone. More action from round 35 coming up for you, with the teams turning up the gears as they charge towards the end of the season. We head to Tosu, where they welcome the new league champions. With 4 games to go, Kawasaki sealed their spot at the top of the table and were now unbeaten in 8. Looking to end the season strongly, having clinched a second consecutive championship, they faced a Sagan side who hadn't found a win in their last 6. Rish Roshan Rai has your commentary.
Seems like they've just to try and vary it here. Just have gone with 4, at least in the build-up, as a cross comes in, a chance early on, and it's a goal for the home side. Yuto Iwasaki getting his first goal of the season. Just his second goal in the last 7 J1 matches now. There's been far too much space in these central areas. It's excellent work by Nanase down that right-hand side to take on his defender, beat his man and send a cross into the box. Shimakawa. Back to Ino Nanase. Swung in quality again. It's a wonderful header from Noriyoshi Sakai. His 8th goal of the season. They are enjoying themselves here, Sagan Tosu. Ino Nanase picking up his 2nd assist of the season, both coming in this one game. That's a delightful cross, but there's still so much for Noriyoshi Sakai to do. Again, it's wonderful work by Nanase. Good, strong, powerful play down that right-hand side. Back to Sakai. Was there a handball? Yes, there was. Referee Yoshiro Imamura points to the spot. No hesitation. Again, it's mainly come about thanks to Ino Nanase. He was outstanding down the right-hand side again. And Koyamatsu puts that one away. Such a well-taken penalty by Koyamatsu. Gets his 6th goal of the season, his 1st goal in J1 since he scored 2 against Kashiwa on the 21st of August. It's a lovely ball played into Damiao. Picked up by Miyagi. Damiao again, nice touch. Into his teammate, Damiao's there. Can he put it in the back of the net? Incredible last-ditch defending by Sagan Tosu. But the ball has crossed the line. It will be a goal for Leandro Damiao. His 18th of the season. A bit of confusion there as to whether it actually crossed the line. It looks like the goal has been given. That's a goal for Damiao. Some wonderful work there. Initially, Ienaga as well. Gets a bit fortunate as Eduardo's attempted clearance comes back off him. Yamamura sends it into the penalty area. And that should be it. That should be 3 points for Sagan Tosu, and it is a famous win over the J1 champions. They'll be absolutely delighted with that, Sagan Tosu, their first J1 win in 7 matches. It ends 3-1 here to Sagan Tosu.
To the bottom of the table now, Oita and their relegation woes continued as they were unable to avoid defeat against Avispa over the weekend. They would now take on a Gamba side who came into this one on back-to-back wins, most recently ending the Marinos title chances. 28 minutes in and a delightful cross from Oita's Yuki Kagawa. Hiroki Fujiharo applies his eyebrows to that ball into the net. What a wonderful goal that would have been had it not been into his own net. But it only took a minute for Gamba to get back into the game. Yuki Yamamoto picking out Patrick in the penalty area, who finishes smartly, and that's 1-1 just before the half-hour mark. But Oita would assert themselves again just 10 minutes later. As the ball works its way across the field, Hokuto Shimoda takes a shot, and it takes a deflection off his teammate's chest. Hiroto Goya credited with that goal. Dying moments of the first half, and the free kick comes driven in. Enrique Trevisan gets his head to the ball from point-blank range, and the goalkeeper Higashiguchi just manages to stop it from going over the line. Early in the second half, and the messiest goal of the weekend, Gamba looking for the equaliser. Shu Kurata pushes it forward, and Patrick gets a very fine touch. We're all square. Midway through the second half, and it looked as if Gamba might take the lead. Takashi Usami surges forward. His shot's a decent one, but Shun Tagagi's legs save the day. With just 6 minutes left, Gamba pressing again. Hiroto Yamami with the shot. Oita's Ryosuke Tone, thinking he's a goalkeeper defending with both arms outstretched. The ball inevitably hits one of them, and that's a penalty. Patrick steps up and executes exquisitely, the 8th man to score a hat-trick in the J1 League this season. Another side in danger of relegation, Shonan were on a 3-game unbeaten streak, boosting their chances of avoiding the drop. Their opponents Sanfrecce were on back-to-back losses, and with little to play for, Shonan would certainly be looking to make it 4. An unsavoury start to the game saw Shuto Yamamoto get caught with a very high boot studs up by Kosei Shibasaki. After a VAR review, Shibasaki would be dismissed. 20 minutes later, looking to take advantage of having one more player on the field, Akimi Barada squares it to Wellington, his half-volleyed effort though over the bar. Despite having more men on the field, Shonan were unable to take advantage, and that continued beyond the 90-minute mark. Here in the 91st, after an almighty scramble, Takuya Okamoto heads over the bar. Still time for one last assault on goal though. Here in the 95th minute, Taiga Hata's header comes back off the post and heroic defending keeps out the rebound. This one ends goalless. With 4 matches left in the season, plenty of work still to do for Yokohama to pull themselves out of the drop zone. They travel to Avispa, hoping that their recent run of good form would help them add another win and move closer to safety. Not much action to speak of in the first half, but here in the 55th minute, Arthur Silva's deflected shot balloons up into the air and falls into the path of Philippe Vissel, who makes it 1-0. 14 minutes later, and Tatsuki Seiko came desperately close to making it 2 from 30 yards out. That shot just clipping the crossbar. With Yokohama still a goal up, here in the 91st minute, Avispa on the attack. Sven Brodersen makes a good save. Emil Salamonson takes a shot, which is deflected into the defender's own net. Heartbreak for Yokohama. This one ends a goal apiece. After a loss on the road to Nagoya last weekend, Kashiwa were back at home to face Cerezo. With a dismal home record, 1 win in their last 5, Reysol would have it all to do as the visitors came into this one on back-to-back wins. 12 minutes in and Kashiwa's Hiromu Mitsumaru's cross finds Cristiano, who just heads over the bar. 14 minutes later and Kashiwa have the ball fizzing around the Cerezo box. Good work from Mitsumaru again. Yuki Muto's shot well saved by Kim Jin-hyun. 8 minutes before the break and now Yuki Fujita skips over a challenge and pulls the ball back for Tatsuhiro Sakamoto, who heads over the bar from 2 yards out. Still no goals as we approach the hour mark. Kashiwa's Cristiano bursts forward once again, changes his shape to put the ball on his right foot, saved once again by Kim though. End-to-end stuff here just 3 minutes later and Cerezo on the attack. Mutsuki Kato with the cross, Yoshito Okubo puts his header into the side netting. But what a tidy goal it was to take the points in the 86th minute. Kashiwa's Takuma Ominami plays a 1-2 with Keiya Shihashi, whose cute little back heel sets up Ominami's left-footed strike, and Reysol's home record takes a turn for the better. The Marinos gave Tokyo a hard thumping in the form of 8 goals, which saw the resignation of Tokyo manager Kenta Hasegawa, while Frontale tasted their first loss in 9 games at the hands of Sagan. Gamba 3-2 winners on the road against Oita, while Avispa left it late to snatch a point in their contest with Yokohama. Only their second defeat this season, but inconsequential as Kawasaki held an already unassailable lead in first place. The Marinos making sure they held on to second, still with an 8-point gap over Kobe and with just 3 games left to play. Kashima moved into 4th and are 5 points behind. At the other end, Shonan and Shimizu moved 3 points clear of the drop zone with a precious point earned this round. But with 3 more rounds to go, time is slowly but surely running out for the 4 teams that will face relegation come the end of the season. So that's another match day done and dusted, just 30 more games to go before we wrap up the season. You know we have it all for you here on the J1 League Goal Zone. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
อย่าลืมไลค์และ Subscribe นะครับ
Like, subscribe, push notification.
Like, subscribe, push notification.